Hello, Sim Nation. Welcome to my channel. My name is lulusimmin, and today we are going to be building a coastal style home. I am building this in Newcrest, but you could place it in Brindleton Bay. I figured that it would be nice to put it in Brindleton Bay because that is a coastal area. I tried to do a bay window on this house, and I wanted it to be a floating bay window with a mansard style roof. Could not figure it out. Biffed it so many times. I think this part of the build took maybe half an hour, and I just sped it up so much. So I ended up building it into the foundation, and I did the mansard style roof that way. And I figured, I'll come back and I'll cover up the foundation with some landscaping, which I did. But yeah, so this house is a long process. This house took me, I think 3 days to build. And many hours. The raw footage of this is many hours. So yeah. Anyway, I have never been like a big, huge fan of beaches, but that is because I've only ever been to southern beaches. Your Clearwaters, your Myrtles, your Virginia beaches. So and the thing about southern beaches is it's a lot of partying. It's a lot of partying. It's a lot of college kids. It's a lot of midlife crisis experiencers. It's a lot of white trash, which I am, but I'm the kind of white trash that likes to be at home and in bed by 9 o'clock. So it's never been up my alley. I love a lake beach. I love when someone just pours 50,000 gallons of sand onto a freshwater lake and calls it a beach. Love that. But as far as beaches go, I've never been a fan, but I love the idea of New England coastal. Mainly because I've never been, so it gets to live as a fantasy in my head. Nothing ever ruins it. But also because that kind of vibe to me is a little more like Once Upon a Midnight Dreary. Like, it's a little more grandma. It's a little less exciting. A little more Stephen King. In the sense that no one is having a good time, which that's the kind of beach I think I would partake in. So yeah, we're doing a bit more, and I put this shell with just the floor plan on the gallery if you want it, but you will have to add a door on the garage because I forgot to do that. But yeah, so I wanted to do maybe something a little sleepier. I like sleepy. I'm a sleepy person. It's raining right now as I record this, so I'm going to sound like I'm being possessed by sleep. I'm having the kind of day where I'm so tired I woke up and I started crying because I had to be awake. Like, I'm that kind of tired right now. So I used this beautiful new blue kitchen set from the February 4th base game update because I have not used it yet. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan. I think this tone of blue is so beautiful, and it's so dreamy, and it's so beachy, and it's so fresh to me because it's new. So I thought I would let this kitchen kind of guide my opinion of the rest of the house. And I gotta say, the house is a lot of exposed brick. I'm just saying that right off the bat. It's a lot of exposed brick. If you watched my green tiny home video, you'll notice I was very stringent and very strict and very uptight about matching wood colors, wood tones. In this house, it's a lot of mixed wood tones. There's some lights, there's some darks, there's some mediums, mostly warms. A lot of me trying to figure out what to do with this bay window. Pianos did not work, by the way. And it's a lot of cats and dogs, like this beautiful hutch set, which I love. So yeah, I wanted to do as much as I could to utilize space. I wanted to do as much as I could to make this house feel lived in. I did not have a storyline thought ahead for this house. other than the fact that I wanted there to be an adult bedroom and a teenager bedroom. And that's really it. But the whole house ended up being a 3-bedroom. Technically, I use one as an office, 3-bath. But each rooms have something special about them. The primary has an ensuite. The teen bedroom has a big, beautiful walk-in closet. And what I'm using as an office, but could be a 3rd bedroom, has a balcony. So all of them have something special about them so that no one feels left out in the context of your storyline. I know they're Sims and they don't have feelings, but they do. Some might say that the feelings are not a good part of the game. I don't know. I think it's fun. I like feelings. I like to see what I can do to change them.
But honestly, sometimes I use MC Command Center to get rid of the feelings because I can't be bothered to deal with them.
But for the most part, you know, there are so many rugs in this game, by the way. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how there are so many rugs and yet you can still never find the right one? It's like cable, but for floor decorations. I'm already tired. I'm already tired of recording. I've been very tired for a long time because for a while now, oh yeah, here we go. I figured out a seating arrangement and I wanted to do one of those angled couches, but none were wide enough for this window, so I ended up kind of building one. And I think it's okay. Anyway, so for a while now, I've been kind of living between my aunt's house and my grandfather's house, and those houses are an hour and a half away. And then I have to sometimes stay with my other aunt, who is another hour and a half away. And all of this every day. And it's getting hard to remember if I've even slept in the same bed for 2 nights in a row. So I'm exhausted all the time. And it's really catching up with me in a bad way, because I've been doing it for a little over a year now, and it's just been, well, the aunt situation has been since August, but for a little over a year now, I have been staying between multiple places, staying between hotels and couches and different people's houses, and it's just, it's very tiring and very exhausting. So, but we keep chugging. No matter what life throws at you, you simply cannot stop chugging. And that's not meant to sound scary, but that's how it is. This house took multiple days, and we're starting to get towards the end of day 1 because I did some really bad bathrooms. I can admit that they're bad, and I'm so sorry that you have to see them, but one must trust the process. And they're not even bad bathrooms necessarily, they just are crazy for this house. Don't belong. Shouldn't be there. Weren't invited. Snuck into the party. Yeah, I was having a rough go of it with these bathrooms. Because there are 3 of them, and I didn't want them to all be just the same. But I also wanted them all to go with the house. For a while, none of them go with the house. So it's I like to call it transformative works, what I'm doing with these bathrooms. Some might disagree. Not I. But yeah, so since this is in Brindleton Bay, I figured it would be a great place to have pets. So there's cat stuff in the house, cat bowl in the kitchen, cat tree upstairs, and 2 litter boxes. Because a lot of people don't know this, but for cats, you're supposed to have 1 litter box for each cat, and then an extra. So if you have one cat, have 2 litter boxes. If you have 2 cats, have 3 litter boxes, and so on. So there is a litter box upstairs and a litter box downstairs. Just to add a bit of realism. God, again, this freaking bathroom. I always want to do a really cool, interesting bathroom because I do enjoy them, but sometimes we have to accept the things that we cannot change. And one of the things that we cannot change is that sometimes Sims 4 is hostile to the concept of a bathroom. What was my obsession with all these black accents in these bathrooms in this otherwise light and airy, flowy house? I just don't get it. I was tired, and I know I was tired, but still, you would think I would have some sort of sense and sensibility. I've never read that book. Don't care for... Who was it? Jane Austen? I didn't like Pride and Prejudice, and if it's by the same lady, that's probably why I didn't read it. But, yeah, here I go again. I wanted to do a graphic bathroom, but then I also thought, oh, well, I don't have a secondary woohoo spot. Should I have a woohoo shower? So I tried to, like, put a stall shower in here with the graphic bathroom covering it up. Did not work. Did not go for it. I forgoed. Forwent? Forgoo? I didn't do it. You hear the rain. It is raining so hard today after not raining for so long. I didn't need it. Didn't need it. I'm already tired, but oh well. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. The bathroom's just bad for a while, and it just has to be bad until I come to my senses. I like the room, though. It is a bit simple for a primary. There's not a lot of stuff going on because it's kind of a weird shape. But maybe this is the kind of couple that likes to utilize the rest of the house and really mainly uses their bedroom to wind down. It happens. Yeah. I know For Rent is controversial at the moment, but God, I love For Rent. For Rent has some of the most beautiful stuff. It has my favorite floor tile in the game, period. It has beautiful sinks. I love the kitchen cabinets. I love the dressers and the nightstands in For Rent. These baskets I have hanging on the wall in this bedroom. Beautiful baskets. Love the baskets. I use them quite a lot. Some more cats and dogs stuff to really drive home the point that this is a coastal home, because even though I called it that in the gallery and in this video, and even though I've said it a bunch of times, and even though I use coastal color scheme, I still wanted to get the point across. And I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. This is the new colorful tile from the base game update from February 4th, 2025. It reacts to lighting so oddly. So weird. Because there's like one light in this kind of big bathroom, and it is neon. It is retina burning, and I tried so hard to make it not so. I tried to dim the lighting. That didn't work. It is so bright, and I don't know why. So I don't know how to deal with it. But I figured it out. It was a nice color. So, and it was better than the black and white I had going on before. So, yeah, I fixed this one too. You're welcome. I know it was bad. I knew it was bad, so I fixed it. And you can actually take these little sinks and squish them a little, and they still work. I did play test this house, and I think I covered everything, and it does all work. And downstairs, you don't need all that storage. It's just a powder room. What do you need storage for? You're not showering there. You're not brushing your teeth down there. So yeah, I just went with a pedestal sink and I simplified it. And I let the upstairs bathrooms be the star of the show. So here's my teenager room. My god, the rain is kicking. It is so loud, I apologize. But yeah, I figured if the parent room was a space where they wind down and that's the main function and they don't spend a lot of time in there, I figured the teenager room could be a little more like, this is a place where she goes. And I know that teenagers often have twin beds. I had a twin bed the whole time I was a teenager. But I'm lazy and double beds take up more room. So there's that. Here I go with this exposed brick again. I figured if you're going to do exposed brick, you either have to really go for it or you have to only use it in a place or two. So I really went for it. I don't hate it. So I don't hate it at all. If you've noticed in this build, I do, I take a big tall skinny lamp and I throw it everywhere and I do some crazy stuff with it. It helps if you want to alt place stuff and like do clutter, but you can't remember exactly where the main piece of furniture was. It helps to have BB dot move objects on, and then you use that big tall skinny lamp and you alt place that over top of your main furniture piece that you want to be your main furniture piece. And then you use the lamps as a guide for your clutter, and then you don't have to worry about remembering where the big furniture piece is supposed to go, and it is a lifesaver. So I use that a lot. And this wheel, I'm so sorry, it's floating on the gallery. I tried to upload the house with a fixed version and it would not let me upload a fixed version. So if you click on that wheel, just click on it, don't move your mouse, don't do anything, just click on it and then hit 0 once. It will go down and it will not float anymore. And you'll see that in the tour at the end. I did fix it for the tour. But I'm sorry for the gallery upload. I'm still learning. I'm very new to this. But yeah, I figured this office was a place where they could go full tacky and full coastal and have so many wild decorations, because I think everyone deserves to have a little conviction in their tackiness. So there's a lot of fishing memorabilia, there's nets, there's a picture of the ocean, there's a picture of a cat on their calendar because this is a cat family. And I'm using my big tall lamps again. And it all works, thank goodness, except for the wheel, which again, I apologize. I finally opened up this weird landing area because I thought if I had it open, it would be too big and too giant and too empty. And I realized that that was a fallacy and absurd and untrue. So I opened it up and I let that be kind of a cat area with some storage in the side. I feel like everyone has that. They have like a little storage just kind of crammed in an unideal place. And this garage. Oh, and I don't play with photography a lot, so I thought I would give the teenager some photography stuff. There's the Polaroid printer on her desk. There's a tripod and a camera. She has her pictures that she took hung up. And I thought it was kind of nice for storytelling. And since I wanted to put a piano in the bay window downstairs and could not figure it out, I put that in the office, and I let the office be a kind of a music room. And this garage is a garage. I refuse to stress myself out because a garage is kind of frumpy. Guess what? All garages are kind of frumpy and a bit ugly and not all that beautiful. It adds to realism. So that's my excuse for being, quite honestly, lazy. But yeah, I'm still trying to implement laundry into my builds, even though I do not play with laundry in my game. And I will replace this with something later on. But I thought it was a good idea to try and push myself and use laundry in places. One day, I'll put laundry inside the house. This is progress for me, because in my last video, I put it completely outside. Not even in a garage, just outside for the elements. Which, if it was California, that would be fine. A lot of people in California have their laundry outside. But, I know that that's not the case anywhere else. It probably is. I don't travel a lot. But that just sounds crazy to me, because it rains here so often. So I cannot imagine laundry outside. Also, we need to talk and have an intervention about porch lights for this game. How come the only decent ones are these ones that must be, in a Sims point of view, 2 feet long? Don't get it. I did have to size them down twice for them to not look crazy, but they're the only ones that gave a suitable amount of light for me and my taste. Speaking of light, my god, I hate to do pools. I love to do pools. I like to have pools. I love to swim. I hate lighting a pool because it's always a challenge for me because it takes so long, because I have to have them laid out very specifically, because I am a crazy person. So anyway, I gave them a Jeep. I figured that was a traditionally, maybe even stereotypically beachy car. And I did some landscaping, again, to cover up the foundation in the front, so it gave off the illusion of a floating bay window, which is what I wanted. And I've made a realization about myself, and that realization is the day I do landscaping without using the hollyhocks from the romantic garden pack, I will act as though I have been shot in combat. I will act as though I am a prisoner of war. I will act as though I deserve 7 purple hearts, because they're the only landscaping flower that doesn't make me want to rip my hair out. They're so easy. They're so versatile. They're so wonderful to work with. They're my favorites. My Shaylas, my Pookies, my baby girls, my beautiful princesses. Hollyhock forever. And also hedges with some flowers in it are nice too. For stuff like this, just for perimeters. I do enjoy them. So I could not have a woohoo shower, so I decided if I wanted to have a secondary woohoo location in my game, I was going to go with a hot tub. And I was also going to mess up the patio and pick the wrong furniture, and then have to completely replace all the furniture to rectify the situation. That was a decision I made ahead of time. It was on purpose that I biffed it, and I believe that it makes me a better person for it. I believe it builds character, and that everyone should do it, and it's not my fault. I told you I was so tired, and I'm starting to lose the plot, and I apologize. I see the timer running down on this voiceover, and I'm just harrowed at this point. This is a long video for me. This video is almost half an hour long, and I don't normally like to talk on recording. I'm not quite comfortable with it yet. So doing it for an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, that's a crazy number, and also a lie. For half an hour, I'm starting to feel the effects of the mental toll. Anyway, as I was saying about the car, if you want to add a car in your build, but you're having a hard time finding the right one, if you go in the gallery and you type in car, and then you sort by rooms, people have compiled cars, and you can look around and look at the different cars and look at the different colors and pick which one is best for you. Again, I went with a Jeep because in my mind that is the beach car. And so I thought it looked really nice. It's a bit militaristic, but it looks vintage. And again, we're kind of going for a sleepier look. And that is the house. And I did have a great time building it, even though it took me so long. And I had to redo the bathrooms because they looked insane. But I think the house itself is actually really nice, and I think it's a... I actually want to use it in gameplay. I really love it. I think it is a really nice flow, and I think the floor plan is great, and I think that the layout is conducive to a productive storytelling experience. So yeah, that is everything, and I love the color scheme. I love the teenager room. I think that's my favorite room in the whole house. That is a room that I would love to have in real life, and the teenager's bathroom is also beautiful. And if you wanted, this office could be a third bedroom. And I put a bathtub in the teenager's bathroom in case you wanted to actually have a child and like let them have bubble baths and stuff. Or if you wanted a dog instead of a cat, you had a place to bathe the dog. But yeah, that is everything. And this house is on the gallery. It's called the Coastal Family Home. I am sorry that it uses so many packs and it's so expensive, but it's there. My username is lulusimmin. You can look up the house that way. It's hashtag lulusimmin because sometimes the gallery is weird and it's hard to find stuff. But it's called the Coastal Family Home, and it does have the wheel issue. If you want to fix that, again, just click on the wheel and press 0 and it will lower it down and it will be more settled on top of the piano without floating. And I, again, apologize for that. I don't know why it would not let me upload a fixed version. But that is the house. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you download the house, I hope you enjoy playing with it. And if you have any tips or advice or suggestions, I would love to hear in the comments below. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.